And we're live. So hey folks, watching our video companion of the Special Chronicles show podcast right here on specialchronicles.com. This is Daniel, founder, host of Special Chronicles, and this is going to be episode 244 with us, Sean and Sandra McElwee from Born This Way, the Emmy-winning show Born This Way. And if you want to download the audio podcast where you can listen when you're driving or walking or running or golfing or whatever you're doing, specialchronicles.com/subscribe. Or find us on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or wherever you listen to your podcast. And here we go. Start recording and point to you, buddy.
Okay.
I'm Sean McElwee. From Born This Way. And I'm listening to the Special Chronicles show podcast.
I got it. And this is his mom, Sandra. You're listening to the Special Chronicles show podcast, giving respect and voice to people with special needs.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
This episode 244 is brought to you by listeners like you. Please help support us at Special Chronicles with your tax-deductible donation today to help us continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special needs. Please go to specialchronicles.com/giving. That's specialchronicles.com/giving. And we thank you for your generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. This week on Special Chronicles, we are joined virtually in studio by our new friend Sean and his mom Sandra from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, with an exciting breaking news announcement that's coming up right now on Special Chronicles. So I got specialchronicles.com.
Thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with the voice.
You're listening to the Special Chronicles show podcast. This is the show where we're podcasting disability or disability stories from an insider's perspective. We are giving a voice to people with special needs. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel, and I'm your host and founder of Special Chronicles. So good to be back behind the mic. So good to be glad to be with all of you for this 244th episode of the Special Chronicles show. And joining us today's guest virtually in studio. It would be nice if someday it could be in the studio or in person on location. But joining us is Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee. They are currently starring in season 3 next week of the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, on the A&E network. And welcome to Special Chronicles, Sean and Sandra.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
And as I said in the intro, we've got some exciting breaking news to share with all of you awesome listeners and viewers that you have to keep listening to find out what that breaking news is. So let's have you both. And I don't have the A&E network on my TV, but I've been watching seasons 1 and 2 on the app, on the A&E app. So hopefully that still helps them with their ratings. And so why don't we first have you? I'm sure tons of our listeners and viewers know you, Sean and Sandra. But for any listeners who may not know both of you, why don't you guys introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us a little about yourself, your family, and what disability you were diagnosed with.
No, you go first. You go.
You're a lady.
But you're the one that's on the show.
All right. I'm Sean McElwee from the Tucson Born This Way, and I got a girlfriend.
Why does that always have to be what you lead with?
No, I do have a girlfriend, but I'm a ladies' man. I'm looking to get a girlfriend.
And what's your disability?
Down syndrome.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I'm Sandra.
And-
I'm Sean's mom. That's my title.
And that's your title. And do you have any other titles or anything else that you do, Sandra?
Well, I am also an employee of Sean's. Sean is starting a business, and my title is the chief.
Momager.
Well, he's calling me momager, but I am the chief dream facilitator.
Awesome title. So, first, Sandra, I thought you could tell us a bit about the 3 books that you wrote about Sean Hill, and did these 3 books that our radio listeners can't see, but our viewers can see that I'm holding in my hand, and our listeners will get a chance to win a copy. But by sharing, I'll announce it now. By sharing the link to this podcast, by liking and sharing it, then you'll be entered to win from between now, May 9th, to the time season 3 premieres, May 16th. So in just 1 week, if by everybody who likes and shares this podcast with you, Sean, then you'll be entered to win a copy of the book that your mom wrote about you. So I think that should be fair to people to like and share this podcast, this episode. But did this book, Sandra, did this help to for Sean to be cast on Bone this way?
Not at all. They didn't even know I'd written a book until way after written any books until way after the casting. So can you tell us and all listeners and viewers a little bit about these 3 books? So Who's the Slow Loner, a chronicle, I guess it fits with Special Chronicles, but a chronicle of inclusion and exclusion, and then the sequel, Adventures in Independence, and then Sean, the book that says My Name is Sean, and I have something to show. Well, actually, Who's the Slow Learner, a chronicle of inclusion and exclusion, and Who's the Slow Learner, Adventures in Independence were both one book originally, but when I sent it to the publisher, they told me nobody reads a 600-page book unless it's Harry Potter. So they told me I had to cut it in half. Well, yeah. I mean, that was my second baby. How could I cut my baby in half? So I had to make it into 2 books. So the first book, Adventures, Chronicle of Inclusion and Exclusion, is Sean's education story from preschool through high school graduation. And I searched and searched, and nobody out there had written a book about a student with special educational needs from preschool through high school graduation.
Yeah.
Nobody had done that. So I thought, okay, well, here's a niche that needs to be covered. And Sean was mostly fully included throughout his education experiences. There were some times that we had challenges, and of course that makes a story. You know, if everything's peachy, it's not that great of a story. So the Adventures in Independence covers everything that happened after school hours, you know, the sports that Sean was involved in, the different entertainment things that he did, like school choir, church choir. He was in a children's performing group, and all the way through after high school graduation, his transition program. And then he actually moved out once before and then moved back home, his first job. And of course, the part that everybody really likes is the part titled Courtship with an Extra Chromosome.
And Sean, I want to remind our listeners that our guests today are Sandra and our guests today are Sean and his mom Sandra from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E network. And so, Sean, what did you think of these books that your mom wrote? That people can see you on the cover of these books that your mom wrote about you.
Actually, I like it. And something like 2 things. Something like, I learned a story I got 90 burritos or 60 burritos one time, and I went to GameStop on my game, and then I ran a bus and turned my phone off. My phone died, and then that's the reason about all to the bus all the way to Saddleback Church or college.
They don't know where Saddleback Church is. So yeah, Sean had an ATM card in high school, but he didn't carry it with him. I kept it,
Yeah.
so he didn't get shaken down by any drug dealers at school. Well, one day he took that card to school without me knowing it, and ended up buying cheeseburgers for the whole 5th period of class at the McDonald's that was across the street from the high school. And then he went on a spree where he continued, and yeah, it was 20 burritos, but but that story is in the book in Adventures in Independence as well.
Neat. And you wrote in the beginning of the first one a chronicle of inclusion and exclusion, I haven't announced anything on air yet about this full circle inclusion book, but I think you, Sandra, were contacted by one of my former high school teachers, Diane Compton, about this book that we're co-authoring about full circle inclusion. So hopefully my goal is that we can get it published by the end of this year, but we'll see.
That's pretty ambitious. After doing 3, that's very ambitious.
Yeah, we'll see. It's probably going to end up being next year, which probably would make most sense, especially with it being our 10-year anniversary of Special Chronicles next year in 2018. I think that would probably would be about a goal and time frame to write it. But you were at the beginning about Sean's time in kindergarten 2 times. Two times going in kindergarten, and I so I was diagnosed with learning disabilities and a severe language disorder, and I was in kindergarten 2 times, just like you, Sean. So can you tell us a little bit about those 2 chapters near the beginning of the first book about your time?
Well, when Sean was young, he there wasn't full inclusion was still pretty new, and his birthday's in October, which in California your birthday is, if your birthday's in December, then you can go to kindergarten. Most of the country you go to kindergarten if your birthday's before September 1st. So Sean was in special education preschool, so we thought, we'll continue, and he had the same teacher for kindergarten. We thought we'll continue special education to kindergarten, and then we'll transition to regular education kindergarten at our neighborhood school. Now, today, inclusion should be much more embraced, and the key word is should. And I wouldn't have done it twice today, but back then that was the best thing, in our situation.
Yeah, awesome. And Sean, what did you think of going to kindergarten for 2 years?
Did you even know you did it 2 different years?
Yeah.
It was 2 different schools, so I don't even know if you were even aware that you went to kindergarten twice.
Yeah, I used to, and then when I catch us bullied.
Oh, you never got bullied.
Used to have.
No,
a lot of times.
Really? Yeah, no.
You know, I'm like going to the beach.
Okay, this is the funny thing is, Sean never got bullied until he was in the transition program with a group of kids with disabilities, and one of the kids with disabilities bullied him.
And Ben too.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah.
So
that was neat. So for our listeners, I'm tagging Sandra, you and Sean on our Instagram stories. If our listeners follow us at Special C Podcast, they can get a teaser to you guys, and also links in our Instagram story of how to follow you guys there. So you wrote in another chapter about using assistive technology. I've used assistive technology in school, and even now, even still now, as an adult. But first, Sean, what assistive technology have you used, and then Sandra, if you want to comment on that chapter.
When another thing, I don't know that Sean even knows it was there. This is how subtle it was. Sean has a hearing loss, and the school had a FM system installed.
Yeah, and it says I was born deaf.
Yes, and the school installed an FM system with speakers in the room, and the teacher had a microphone. I don't think Sean realized that was anything different. Figured all teachers had microphones, right?
Yeah. So then you wrote another chapter. Did Sean write anything in these books, or in this thin one? My name is Sean, and I have something to share.
My name is Sean, and I have something to share was originally on our computer with just paper stapled on the edge. And we created that so we could introduce Sean to his classmates in preschool. In first grade. And because we had read books that said, it was about just a generic person with Down syndrome, but the kids didn't relate it. They're so concrete at that age. So his teacher suggested we write one specifically about Sean. And I encourage parents to use it as a template to write their own book about their own child to introduce them to their classmates. And the cool thing was we sent it home, so the parents read it to the children one more time, and then the parents got educated too. But no, Sean didn't write anything in there, did you?
Nope.
You've got your own creations.
Yeah, which we'll get to in just a few moments. I want to remind our listeners that our guests today on the Special Chronicles show are Sean, his mom Sandra
McElwee. It's hard to say.
McElwee. Hopefully by the end of the program I'll get it right. But and they are from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on this A&E network, with season 3 airing in just a week. And if you, dear listeners, want to win a copy of the book that's about Sean from between now, May 9th, to May 16th, you can share the link to this audio podcast that you're listening or watching right now, this audio podcast on specialchronicles.com. Share this link, and you will be entered to win between now and by the time season 3 premieres, May 16th. And then after May 16th, we will draw a winner. And you guys can win a signed copy by Sean, you, and your mom, Sandra. So you wrote in another section about how inclusion is right in a philosophy of human existence. You want to briefly comment on this?
Ever since the beginning of time, there have been people with disabilities. And, I think people's true character is shown in how they react to people with disabilities. And it's a natural part of our existence. I mean, Kathy Snow says it best, disability is natural. It is part of diversity. It's part of everything.
Yeah. Awesome. And then in another section, I'll quickly move to the rest so we can get into more exciting stuff about the big news, the big announcement, and then about the show Born This Way. We might even save the big announcement for the end to keep our listeners tuned in. But so then you wrote in another section about special ed, not special, and it seems to kind of fit along with that not special needs campaign that a Down syndrome group in Italy put out. And do you want to comment on this section, because it kind of seems like it's related to that not special for World Down Syndrome Day 2017, that it's related to that campaign. So you want to comment on?
It's very true. I loved that video. You don't have to be, people with special needs don't have special needs. They have the same needs everybody else does. They need jobs. They want love. They want
attention,
activities, fun things to do, friends,
ladies, men, activities like that.
Exactly, and so when one of the things that was so disappointing about Sean's transition program was the people that that had been segregated their whole school careers did the same things in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 12th grade that they were doing in transition. They did nothing new. These poor people had been doing laundry for 8 years, and then they had 4 more years of transition. So for, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. No, 4, 8.
14 years.
No, 9 years.
It's 14.
10 years. Thank you. 10 years. For 10 years, they did laundry. For 10 years, they learned how to ride the bus. And boy, they could all go everywhere in town, that's for sure. They learned how to go pay for a movie and go out to lunch on Friday. And they missed the funnest stuff at school because that's when all the pep rallies in high school were. But they were off campus learning to buy their lunch that they had been already learning to do. I mean, it was just really disappointing. And then when Sean got to transition, they were doing the same thing. So after the second year, Sean went, "Mom, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore." And I just can't imagine the poor kids that had to do it for 10 years.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense to do it that way. So then you wrote another section about the basketball, the bagel, and the bus driver. And talking about the little yellow school bus that I know when I was little, I rode that when I was little, and Sean, just like you. But do you want to comment on that section?
Well, I mean, there's a reason the title is "Who's the Slow Learner," and this is one of the reasons. So that Sean was taking, the little bus to high school. I set it up originally and went, okay, fine, I can go to work earlier in the morning if he's on the bus in the morning. Well, the bus driver only had 2 students on the bus, and when he would be early every day. So one day he made the executive decision, instead of sitting in the parking lot for like 10, 15 minutes waiting for them to actually be able to get off the bus, he took them for bagels. Sean had already had breakfast, and he didn't eat his bagel. So he carries his bagel into class, and the teacher had a fit because there was no food allowed in class. And Sean, as he had left the house and walked to the bus, picked up a basketball that was sitting in the front yard and decided to take that to school too. So, so he ended up getting suspended that day because he had a basketball and a bagel that he wasn't supposed to have in
class. And Sean, what did you like about that experience?
Actually, I like it.
Did you like getting suspended?
No.
No.
I like suspended because suspended is too much. That's because something like, hey, I can do this. Like, go out and get parties. Like playing us dancing dirty.
Okay, we're not going to talk about dancing dirty, okay?
Yeah. Well, it seems like even though being suspended, like what you, Sean, it wasn't good to be suspended from school, but it seems to tie back with what we were just talking about a few moments ago about us not having special needs, about us being the same as everyone else. Even though it wasn't a good experience, do you think it kind of helped to teach the school, that we didn't have special needs, that we were the same as everyone else, even though it was bad?
Yes.
Yeah. And Sandra, do you think so?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had to have a little, meeting with
a fit.
Okay, after I had a fit. My whole reason for putting him on the bus was was so I could go to work earlier, and I ended up not being able to even work that day. So we canceled the bus, and I just took him to school every day. So we didn't have that happen again.
Yeah. So we might have listened to our guest today on the Special Chronicles show, Sean and Mom Sandra from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way on the A&E network. That season 3 will be premiering, I believe, two episodes back to back on May 16th. And if you want to win a copy, that's all about Sean. This book, then you can share the audio podcast, share this podcast on specialchronicles.com, share it between now and May 16th, and you'll be able to like and share the post to this podcast on our Facebook page, and then you'll be entered to win. So you watch another section about the golf team. Sean, do you play? I compete in Special Olympics here in Illinois in swimming and basketball, and I haven't played golf yet, but I would like to maybe next year. But Sean, do you compete in Special Olympics? And I'm guessing by golf team, your mom writing about you playing golf, that you compete in Special Olympics. But do you compete in Special Olympics? And
yes, I do. And one time, my mom let her go wherever. She played golf, and one time my mom had a house.
Okay, you hit a house. He came off the course one time and said I had 3 birdies and 2 houses. Awesome.
And Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about this section that you wrote about Sean on the golf team in that you wrote in that Sean played Special Olympics golf for the past 6 years, and I think now that they even have unified sports with people with and without disabilities playing on the same team, so there's unified golf. But I'm guessing that this was just traditional Special Olympics golf. But
no, well, yeah.
Or was it unified?
The weeks that they practiced, they had coaches that were from the local high school that were coaching them individually. And then during the actual golf tournament, it is unified. And sometimes Dad played as his partner, and sometimes one of the high school guys played as a partner. And sometimes we had volunteers, and we had one volunteer whose skills were much lower than Sean's, which was very entertaining.
And that was somebody without disabilities?
Yes. It was a woman who was around 60, had just retired, and was learning to play golf so she could play golf with her husband. He was a really good golfer, but Sean definitely had better skills than her.
Awesome. And show and again, our guest today on the Special Chronicles show is Sean and Mom Sandra from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way on the A&E network. And for those listening, I tagged Sean and Sandra. I tagged both of you on our Instagram story at Special C Podcast. For listeners want to get a tease before this episode airs, this podcast airs. So you wrote another chapter, another section about. I have so many things you can probably see marked in the book, but if you, so I don't know if you guys know Tim Shivel, chairman of Special Olympics.
Yes.
But I also have his book behind me on the bookshelf here. I'm pointing, so I don't know where I'm pointing behind me, but you see, I probably should point here so you guys can see that. Yeah, right there. And it's kind of the same thing with this book here, with a bunch of pages flagged. But so you wrote about the R word, and for those of us in our disability, special needs community, we know how offensive this is. Sean, did you ever hear the R word being used about you? I think you mentioned that there was someone that was bullying you when you were younger. But and then Sandra, if you want to comment on that section as well.
I said in high school, a lot of guys did say that. Right, Mom?
Well, Sean actually got in trouble because he said it to one of his friends who had a disability because he didn't know what it meant. He knows what it means now, but at the time we had never used that word.
Yeah.
And the other students in high school used it frequently. usually preceded by the F word. And we did end up doing a really nice job of educating the students through the Best Buddies program in Sean's high school, doing a campaign and having everybody sign the pledge to stop using the R word.
Yeah, yeah. So then, moving quickly on, the another section that you wrote about the diploma or certificate of completion, and then the following section about graduation, not the end but the beginning. You briefly talk about those two sections, and that was in the chapter about you, Sean, your senior year of high school, and then Sean, if you wanted to comment about what it was like to graduate high school, but.
Well, we were actually lied to about the diploma. We were told if Sean got a diploma that he would have no services between the age of 18 and 22, which may be true in some states, but not in California. And if Sean had received a diploma, he could have gone straight to a day program with job coaching, support in college, and so on and so forth. So we also had this exit exam that has since had a modified test added to it, but at the time it did not have one. And that exit exam was, Sean probably could have passed most of it, but the writing portion, you had to write an essay, and that just wasn't going to happen. Just because of his fine motor issues, he couldn't write. If he wrote more than a sentence, there would be a meltdown. And so we, and Sean didn't want to do all the work to get a diploma. That was another issue.
Yep.
Another step that had to happen. So we opted for the certificate of completion, but if we had it to do over again, I think we would have focused more on diploma, right?
Yep. And then I got graduate at THSS, that's a bigger high school, right by John Mission Story.
They don't know where that is. So what did you like graduating and walking and getting your certificate of completion?
Yeah, I do. I went on stage and I speak. I'm gonna say, hi everyone, I need a girlfriend.
You didn't speak. Sean actually auditioned to do a 1-minute speech, but he was not selected.
So
that's in the book.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the book. So, and again, if listeners want to win a copy of this book, you can share this podcast that you're listening to right now on specialchronicles.com between now and when season 3 of Bone This Way premieres on May 16th. Then if you like and share it, then we will draw a winner from all of you out there listening who like and share this podcast. Then you will be entered to win an autographed copy by Sean and Sandra. You guys you guys live in Southern California. I was actually, I've lived here in the suburbs of Chicago for most of my life, but for the first 4 years of my life, I was actually born in Long Beach, California. So.
Not too far away. That's where Christina lives.
Neat. Yeah, and Christina and her dad, Emiliano, they live. They were on the show this past fall. So, yeah, awesome. So, and I actually went. I was in Los Angeles a couple years ago for the World Games of Special Olympics.
We were there. Yeah,
I'm surprised that we didn't. Well, there was tons of people there, so I'm surprised that.
I know. We could have seen each other and never even known it.
Yeah. And I actually went back to in front of where we from where I used to live. So yeah, it's a small world that we show. So the end of the one of the last chapters, actually I think the last chapter in the book you wrote about Will You Carry the Torch. You want to briefly comment on that last section?
Absolutely. Sean would have never been fully included at all if parents had not come before us and fought the fight to get him there. He would have never, there would have been institutions still if parents hadn't fought the fight to close the institutions. And I believe it's all of our duties as parents to continue fighting for our kids, because it only sets the stage for the students coming behind our kids to be able to be fully included and have less barriers put in their place. And it's important that we honor those parents who did get us where we are today and continue, and that we need to continue the fight so we can be even further along in the future.
Neat. And I see that we have 2 viewers that are watching that are watching us right now on specialchronicles.com on the CTV. So I'm going to try to pull up the chat to see if there's anybody that's chatted. But in the sequel of the book, Sandra, that you wrote about Sean, and I want to remind our listeners and viewers that our guests today are well, you guys probably know just by looking at them, but Sean and Sandra McElwee.
That's it. You got it.
From the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way on the A&E network, and so on the cover of the sequel, Adventures, Who's So Alone, or Adventures in Independence, Sean, you're wearing a Clippers basketball T-shirt. Is that a team that is near you guys? Or?
Actually, it's not my team, but my team is the Lakers and Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah. Okay. So the Clippers, are you still a fan of that team? Or?
No.
You're not a fan?
No.
Okay. What if they won?
It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter in the playoffs.
Okay, so it's only Lakers.
And Cleveland too.
Lakers. Okay.
Okay, in Cleveland. Okay. So then, just one chapter I wanted to comment on the second book, because we could be here for hours if we go through both books. But you wrote in the beginning a chapter about reading with a purpose, about using 3x5 note cards to help Sean read. You want to briefly comment on that section?
When we put the note cards on everything in the house, so the couch had a note card that said couch, the refrigerator had one that said refrigerator, the door had one that said door. Well, he knew what a door was, he knew what a couch was, he knew what a refrigerator was. Now he had the letters and the word that goes with it. And Sean learned to sight read that way. Because of his hearing loss, he never was able to learn phonics. And we even spent big money when he was in high school to try to teach, for a tutor to teach him phonics. But it just didn't happen because he couldn't hear the sounds the right way. So sight reading was really the key. And do you remember when we had the little signs all over everything?
Yes. Yeah. I get it.
So, well, I am moving some things around in the show notes, but we're going to still tease our listeners about the big news. And we'll get to your business at the end of the program, because I think we should leave our listeners with wanting to hear about that big news at the end of the program today. So again, our guest today are Sean as well as Sandra from the docuseries Born This Way, and on the A&E network, and also from Sean's new business. But listeners, keep tuning in, because you do not want to miss this big announcement at the very end of our program today. So we'll switch gears briefly about the show Born This Way, and I watched seasons 1 and 2, and I hope all of our listeners and viewers can tune in to season 3 and even catch up on seasons 1 and 2 as well on the app or on demand. But I'm going to share a brief audio clip of our viewers. I could hold up the tablet to the screen, but I don't want to. I'm going to share a brief clip of the promo for season 3 premiering on May 16th.
Emmy goes to Born This Way. Yeah, we won an Emmy. Did you ever think that we would be standing here?
What it means to win an Emmy is that people are welcoming people with disabilities.
I've never done this before, but this is my year of yes.
I love kids.
Hey, dude, this could be next Justin Bieber.
I love to cook. I wish I could be a personal chef. It's really extremely huge big step to move out. So I know I have to do this.
What I'm feeling with Megan is a real love.
Like I'm in this movie, but it's my own story.
Part of letting your kids grow up is trust.
Following my dreams! My daughter has grown so much.
Hey, you guys ready for the close-up?
We're born ready.
Awesome. And so that was one promo. I think that they released another promo too. But I really like that first promo because that talked a little bit about the Emmy that you guys won. But so now that we're in season 3, and so yeah, so that was an awesome promo. But how did Sean and Sandra, how did you both hear about this show Born This Way on the A&E network?
Go ahead, Mom.
Well, didn't they come to the Down
No,
syndrome?
no, say go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, talk.
Okay, stop. So they came to the Down Syndrome Association, right? And had auditions?
Yeah, but I'm not meant to talk.
Okay, so at the Down Syndrome Association, they came and did auditions for anybody who was interested in being on a show about people with Down syndrome. We didn't know what it was. They didn't even name it until we were done filming the whole first season. So, so that's how we found out about it, right?
Yep, and then Stephen and Megan kissed.
Okay, we don't dwell on Stephen and Megan kissing.
We're not going to see that at all.
Okay. You better not watch season 3 because I think that's going to be on every show.
Yeah, but all the guys might know. I'm with Megan.
No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers.
I have to,
No
but
spoilers.
I got no choice.
You're not with Megan. In your dreams.
No, that's between. So,
yeah, exactly. Shh.
no, that means you. That's between in the middle.
Okay, so talking about when the show first started, and you found out you got on the show, were you excited?
Yes.
I don't think Ellen's going to have you on her show if you're going to get grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
Oh, I think you are.
Grumpy means I'm nervous.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So, do you like being on the show?
Yes.
What's the best part?
Ladies.
And we saw a little bit about that in beginning of season 2, I think, Sean, when you went to Las Vegas.
Yes, with Justin Bieber.
So, did you want? Oh, well, if you want to finish talking about how you guys found out about Born This Way, or Sean, did you want to talk about the?
Okay.
So when you went to Las Vegas, did you want to talk about that? And again, if our listeners can watch that in season 2 of Born This Way. But Sean, did you want to talk about that?
Oh yes, I've done you great. I went to Las Vegas with my friend Sean and Henry, and then my friends since Refuge. That's a club to hang out, like church group, like sing, pray, learn about God, play some games. And me and Sean and Henry, each other there. And then we went to Vegas. We saw Justin Bieber concert. And I'm gambling my son and Henry too. And I won $106 one time. And I got, and then I used it on my date, and a blind date with Katie. And she's 34, 36, so something around there. She's my blonde date, and then I take her to a tattoo parlor, and then I call my mom on FaceTime, and then Mom, what do you say?
I said no.
But, exactly, and then I said yes, but I start doing it. But as a nurse to Sarah Henry, I said no, but I had to do it anyway. I denied them.
Maybe we'll get a tattoo in season 4.
Yeah, and then my mom is my story.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
Thank you. And in fact, I'm saying this. I went all that is done, and then me and her got ice cream afterwards. And yeah, that's my story.
Are you sticking to it?
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. So why, Sean? Why did you and Sandra? Why did you and and your husband and Sean, your dad Wick, why did you guys all want to be a part of the show Born This Way?
I like it because of the ladies there, like Christina, Megan, Eleanor, and those three ladies. Thank you.
Hey, Rachel. Don't leave Rachel out.
And
And those are two. And I just got a crush on Rachel a while ago, but since I got a crush on Megan in the first season. But I got a crush on her, and I was, but I don't know how much next. And season 2, then no spoilers right now for season 3, but I'm not gonna say too much. That's between me and Megan, but I'm not gonna say it.
We have a huge fantasy going on here, peeps. So, so we didn't know what the show was really going to be about initially when Sean auditioned, and then when he was cast in the role, the producers came to our house and told us that they wanted to tell their stories, and it's the same producers who produced the Kardashians, and we went, really? But they assured us they weren't going to create any drama. It was not going to be scripted. It was going to be their true lives. Yeah. And I felt like at the time that could be our true game changer for people with Down syndrome, because the best way to remove fears and remove stigma is to become more comfortable with people with Down syndrome. And the only way to do that is to actually know them and meet them. So now people have the opportunity to get to know 7 people with Down syndrome in the comfort of their living rooms and see that they're just like everybody else.
Yeah, awesome. And so what do you guys, and again, I want to remind our listeners that our guests today on the Special Chronicles show are Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning show Born This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 airing on May 16th, 2017, and Tuesdays. And you said about how it was unscripted, and with the Emmy that you guys won last year in 2016, hopefully you guys can win a second Emmy. But with this, so
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for a second Emmy. But the first Emmy, it was for the category of the unstructured reality program, or I think I got that right. But and when we're all fail, you guys have to send me a picture with your Emmy that I can put up with the podcast. But what do you guys hope? What do you guys hope viewers of this show, Born This Way, will learn by watching you, Sean, and your friends?
What do you want them to learn?
Actually, I want them to learn it doesn't matter a lesbian or not, because guys like the ladies, because it doesn't matter to be find us. It doesn't matter where we are. I cannot do.
So it doesn't matter who you are. You can do it all, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Mom. Take it away.
I think that was a pretty good explanation.
Yeah, there was. So why is Born This Way? Why is the show, as we know, there's not that many shows about those of us with special needs, with those of us with disabilities on mainstream TV. Those Born This Way. Those Speechless on ABC. There was, back in the 80s, there was Life Goes On with Chris Book, who Chris has also been a guest on this program. But then, like with podcast wise, there's not that many even podcasts as well with those of us with disabilities who all be behind the mic. I think we're one of the first ones, not the only one, but one of the first. So those with TV and film and podcasts and all this different media, there's not that many positive portrayals. There's not that many inclusive portrayals. So why do you feel that this inclusion in the mainstream media is important?
Do you want to address that?
Go ahead.
Well, same reason that it's important just to have the show in general, so people are less afraid to interview or to have people with Down syndrome cast in shows. and on different shows. We actually had an interesting. One of our people had an interesting discussion with a producer of a talk show who was afraid to have the cast of Born This Way on the talk show because he said, well, we don't know what to do. It's like, you put them on the couch and you interview them just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So hopefully over time people will see that our guys are just like everybody else, and they're going to say funny stuff, and yeah, they might say something bizarre, but isn't that what they want on the talk shows? Because I've seen talk shows where typical guests said some pretty bizarre things.
Yeah. So and hopefully now by people seeing Sean, you on this show, and your friends also on this program on Special Chronicles on this talk show, then people will see that as well. In addition to seeing you on Born This Way. But do you know the name of that talk show? Or I mean, if not,
no, I don't want to throw them under the bus because we might still have a shot,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we don't want to do that. So hopefully that and it'll be neat if you are on the Owen show, or even on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, or with Jimmy Kimmel.
Any of them.
Any of them, yeah. And I think Jimmy Kimmel was at the opening ceremonies in Los Angeles, and I know he just shared a story about his new son.
I'm sure his heart defect. That was a killer, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, I was bawling.
So maybe if Jimmy Kimmel sees Sean, sees you on this program, and sees you on Born This Way, then maybe they'll want to have you guys on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Love Jimmy Kimmel.
Or any other. So awesome. So if any of them happen to be listening or watching us right now, then they should contact Megan, your PR contact. Oh, you guys. I want to remind our listeners our guests today on the Special Chronicles show podcast are Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E network. It's with seasons 2 through 3, airing May 16th, 2017. You guys should all tune in. And do you want to describe some of the scenes that you guys have filmed in seasons 1 and 2? Maybe a few of your favorite scenes you guys filmed?
What was your favorite that happened in 1 and 2? You already talked about Vegas. What else?
Actually, I'll tell you about Jenny Megan.
Okay, in your dreams. So in season 1, remember when you were at the convention and you met Devin?
Oh, that one.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I do. But I told you I'm not a hot babe.
She was a hot babe.
Yeah, she was. More than a hot babe, like more than a celebrity.
Okay.
Something like Megan Trainor, Carrie Underwood.
Okay, we're talking about what was filmed on the show.
And something like any ghost out there, I'm making a shout out to Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor is my celebrity. My biggest ladies is Megan Trainor. And I want her to date. I want her to be my roommate, but not. Nah.
Yeah.
That I really want, because Megan Trainor and her bodyguards, assistants, whatever, and that for me, and does everything for me.
Do you want Megan Trainor or her bodyguards?
Both.
You want it all?
Yes. And I'm going to please tell him why.
Oh, Sean, what am I going to do with you?
No, tell him why.
So
why? Because you get mobbed?
Yeah.
Well, you have to work on that, Sean. Your dad could, maybe your dad's your bodyguard.
Actually, my dad's not here.
Yeah, I don't think Rick could take him. Yeah. Sean could. Sean, you've got your black belt in karate. Why do you need a bodyguard?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, again, our guest today on the Special Chronicles show is Sean and Sandra from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, and on the A&E network. So, do you want to briefly share with us maybe some behind-the-scenes stories of what was it like to have all those cameras and microphones when you guys were filming seasons 1 and 2, and even with filming season 3. So when you guys had all those cameras.
Do you like having the cameras there?
I'm going to you talk.
No. What is?
Mom, I said I'm let you talk.
You know, I don't know about you, Sean, but after a while, I forget they're there. It's like just having some extra friends in the room, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got friends on the camera, and I got friends on the show. And when I go, so I do know it's Rachel Ackerbach. I know her since acting class.
You've known her since you were in acting class together?
Yep.
Yeah.
Neat. So, Sean, have you booked any other either any other shows or any other acting jobs? Or
Actually, no activity, but I can make a shout out to all the movies, game shows, or anything. I need to be on there, but please help me out. And my mom is up too, with a good person to be with, and more communicate.
All right, whatever.
So, do you Sandra, did you have any behind the scenes stories that you got? Anything interesting that happened?
Interesting that happened during filming.
Oh, funny. Oh, if there's any funny.
There's lots of stuff that gets edited out. I was kind of hoping that me calling Rick a dick would have gotten edited out.
and it didn't.
No. It didn't. It was. I think it was the second most tweeted thing during season 2 behind. Do you really think the hookers are watching Born This Way?
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys never know what they're gonna keep in and what they're gonna edit out.
Not until we see it the same time as everybody else does.
Same time. So you guys don't even get to see the show before.
We get to usually see the first episode before, but that's kind of it.
All right, neat. So, did you guys think you guys won an Emmy? I'm blanking. I should have done some more research. I did do some research, but before we went on the air today. But I forgot when you guys won an Emmy last year.
September 12th, right? We remember that date.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the camera crew who films you guys for Born This Way, I'm sure that they were there when you guys won. Oh no.
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 I think I saw some footage in the promo. So
yeah, that was our iPhones.
Oh, your iPhone. So did they take any footage from you guys, or what was some of your thoughts when you guys were sitting there in the audience at the Emmys?
Well, you're not actually supposed. Oh, okay. The part where Vanessa Hudgens
that's my job.
That was actually taken from the network, but
actually, as the biggest ladies, as Vanessa Hudgens and Hannah Klim that announced the Emmy Award winning Born This Way, and those two.
Julianne Hough was with Vanessa Hudgens.
Thank you, Julianne Hough. But I don't know if she was there. I get on her as my bucket list ladies, and Vanessa Hudgens is not future wife.
So when you ran up on stage, were you running up because you got the Emmy Award or because you wanted a hug from Vanessa Hudgens?
Both.
So Sandra, what did you think when because I'm guessing that you and the rest of the parents didn't go on stage. I think I saw that in the video. I think most of the video clips I saw was just of what you guys posted from your phone, from your cell phone drop, computer drop.
Yeah, so don't out us. We weren't supposed to film anything.
Oh, okay.
There were signs everywhere. No audio.
Oh,
no
okay. I won't say it. So besides that,
I like it down there.
It's you guys won't on stage, so listeners, you can disregard what I just said. So you guys will in the audience, and I'm guessing that Sean and your friends, you guys went with the producers and the creators on the stage. You guys went. Sandra, what did you think when you guys saw that?
Well, the whole night I kept trying to tell them we're winners just because we're here. We're winners just because we're here. There's and the whole cast was like, "What are you talking about? We're gonna win." I mean, they knew we were gonna win, and we're just like, no, we may not. It's okay if we don't. But they knew it, and it happened, and it was amazing. The most shocking part was the standing ovation, because we were like, I think there was like 2 more awards after us, so we've been sitting there for a couple of hours. Nobody got a standing ovation. I mean, it just doesn't happen because they're all kind of rooting for themselves. I mean, it's kind of the truth. And when our guys got up on stage, there was a standing ovation. Well, until we saw it on FX a week later, we didn't know who started it. And it turned out it was Jane Lynch that started the standing ovation, which was so
That's
awesome.
Jane Lynch from Glee.
Yeah. Jane Lynch from Glee, yeah. Awesome. So, if you guys will, and I want to remind the listeners that our guests today are Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, and on the A&E network with season 3 airing May 16th, 2017, in just a week from now. And so, if you will, Sean, if your mom Sandra, if you will produce so on the show Born This Way, what would you guys now? I believe you guys did just finish filming season 3, or yeah. So I'm guessing you guys film it all at one time. But if you guys will produce, so what would you guys do differently in either season 3 or season 1 and 2 for any of the seasons now, 1, 2, or 3 that you guys filmed?
What would you
guys do anything differently?
What would you want to do?
You talk.
Well, you want a tattoo still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else?
Actually, season 4, and what I really want, go to Atlantis Hotel.
The Atlantis Hotel in the Bahamas?
Yep.
Okay, so Sean would get a tattoo and go to the Atlantis Hotel in the Bahamas. And I would probably want to have a very boring episode all about the way school services should work and the law and
breaking the rules.
and no, sticking with the rules.
Breaking.
Well, the rules are broken all the time. We're just trying to get them to follow the rules. So
yeah. So if I lost my train of thought there, but if you anyway, if you guys will produce, so what do you guys hope viewers will see in season 3 now that you guys just filmed and now season 3 is going to be premiering? You guys know how many episodes they're going to be, or
10?
How many from May 16th?
10.
So then I'm guessing each week after, or they might take a week off.
Well, there's 2 episodes the first night. So whatever time people normally would tune in, they need to tune in an hour earlier.
Okay.
So there's 2 brand new episodes the first night. Then it'll be 8 more weeks after that before all are done. I don't think there's a week that's being skipped, but they haven't told us if there is.
Yeah, neat.
It is.
So so 10 episodes with 2 episodes the first night. So awesome. So if without, I mean, probably without spoilers, but maybe if you guys want to break some news for all of our awesome listeners at Special Chronicles, maybe because I know Christina and Owen and they talked about. I know Christina and Odea talked about whole wanting to live independently. This was back in this past fall of 2016 was when they talked about that, and that was before you guys started filming season 3. So so I think we're probably going to see that in season 3. So they kind of gave us a little teaser to what we're going to see, at least with whole storyline, or with whole story. But maybe Sean and Sandra, you guys want to maybe give us and give our listeners a little first look teaser of what some of the things we're going to see now in season 3?
I don't want to say it.
Not without getting fired.
No, I get yeah. No.
We are under a very strict confidentiality clause, and Sean takes that confidentiality clause so serious that when he comes home from filming at Leaps and Bounds, and we say, "So what happened at Leaps and Bounds today? What did you guys talk about?" He'll say, "You have to wait and watch it on TV." It's like, no, but we're on the show too. You can tell us. He's like, "Nope, you gotta wait."
So you and Justin Wick don't know anything of what Sean films at Leaps and Bounds?
No, we see it unless one of the other parents tells us, because their kids come home and tell them. But we usually don't know. So a lot of times when we're watching the show, it's new to us too.
Yeah, neat. So so we'll have to stay tuned to find out what's going to be happening with you and we'll when they post up any promos for season 3, we'll make sure to share that on Special Chronicles. So I was hoping for our listeners that we could have gotten a teaser, but we'll have to stay tuned to the show, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So if you guys could well, if hopefully if you guys get picked up for season 4 of Bonus Way, if you guys could pitch an idea to the producers to film a scene of you appearing on this program on Special Chronicles, would you guys pitch an idea and encourage your producers to show you guys either virtually, like what we're doing now, or even in person here in Chicago with you guys?
You want
pitch an idea?
Do you want us to pitch an idea to come to Special Chronicles studio and have them film us there?
Yeah, if you guys.
What do you want to do in season 4?
Atlantis.
Okay, you want to go to Atlantis in the Bahamas?
Not bad.
Do you want to get a tattoo before or after you go to Atlantis?
After.
After you go to Atlantis, not before?
No.
How come? Because you could wear your swim trunks and
No, I
show your
don't talk
tattoo
about
off.
it.
You afraid you might be a little sore after you get your tattoo, so you don't want to ruin your trip?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm being smart that way.
So that's Sean's idea. We turns out we found out Sean's apartment is blocks from our Congresswoman's office. So one thing I would like to see is us being filmed going to her office and doing a little lobbying and advocating for services for people with disabilities and for the healthcare voting that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
To enlighten her a little bit more about what actually those Medicare pays for.
Yeah, that would be neat. And since the show that you guys are on Bonus Way is unstructured and there's no script, and since it kind of follows Sean, you and your 6 other friends lives, I'm sure that they've got a certain time frame of when they film, but like with certain things, especially in the news, like with the healthcare and stuff that is like going on right now, do they film I'm sure they don't know if season 4 is going to be picked up, but do they film like anything of if there's anything happening in your lives now? Or
no. We just pull out our iPhones. But yeah, no, that's they're all working on other projects and other shows and things. Yeah. When we're not filming.
Neat.
So
neat. So hopefully you guys will get picked up on season 4, and then hopefully maybe Sean, you will get to go to Atlantis and maybe you guys can come to the Special Chronicles studio. It's actually in my bedroom here, so it's kind of a small studio here right now, but maybe if I move, but so maybe some of those things might happen for season 4.
We'll give it our best shot, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know Christina's dad, Mariano, had told you guys, had mentioned to us about season 1 being available on DVD. Is season 2 available on DVD, or is it I'm sure most people will watch either on demand on the app or on TV. but can people go back and get the DVDs with I'm sure probably extra material, bonus stuff on there? But can they?
It's not available yet. I know it's coming, and they haven't given us a date.
For season 2 on DVD?
Season 2, yeah, but it is coming.
Okay. And season 1, I'll put a link in the show notes on specialchronicles.com for episode 244. If listeners want to buy season 1 on DVD. I think it's with the Classroom edition.
Yes, it's on Amazon, and there's a it comes with a code.
It's everywhere.
It comes with a code to download an educator's guide with discussion questions and prompts for lessons that people are writing. It's really well done. I was very impressed with it.
Yeah, awesome. So hopefully some of the schools that Sean that you went to will get that DVD and we'll be able to watch. I think I saw Christina was in Long Beach. She was just speaking, I think yesterday at a middle school.
Last week.
Last week. That was it.
Oh, you know what? No, you know what? I take that back. She was at a different engagement yesterday. That's right.
Okay, neat. So, Sean, are you just like I'm sure Christina and everyone else is doing a lot of speaking stuff now and appearing on shows like what you're doing right now? But are you, in addition to appearing on this show on Special Chronicles, are you speaking to any groups?
Actually, yes. Right, Mom?
Yes, you have a great new presentation. Actually, Sean's new presentation, it was the inspiration for his new business.
It is.
Perfect transition. So our guest today on the Special Chronicles show, Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E network, with season 3 premiering on May 16th, 2017. And so yeah, that's a perfect segue to Sean talking about your new business and now that we're near the end of our program, perfect time to talk about your new business, as well as this big breaking news announcement.
My website?
So, yes.
I have to say it.
Okay.
The website is back on.
It's back on. I was going to do a drum roll, but yeah, back on.
The
Awesome.
presentation is called It Could Happen. It's called What This Can Do, because I started my own business, because I got some things to see.
So what is your business? What is it?
Shawnese. I speak my own language.
So we called it Shawnese because you speak your own language?
Yep.
And when Sean was younger, he used to, and his articulation was very difficult to understand, much more difficult than it is now. We had to translate for him all the time. And so we used to tell people, oh, we'll translate, he speaks Shawnese. So it's kind of fun that he's got a business now with that name. You want to show him?
Neat.
So what is it? Okay, tell me what it is. Mainly t-shirts.
It's this.
So t-shirts?
Ladies like my beard.
Yeah, that's one of the t-shirts. And then
that's one of the shows.
And then like Daniel's wearing the It Could Happen shirt. And then on the back of Daniel's shirt, it says, that's what faith can do. That's part of your speech, right?
Yep. And then this bag.
So you got bags. Okay.
Bags.
And what else are you going to have on the website? Or actually, it's on there.
Hats.
Maybe hats. What else?
Mugs.
And what else is coming soon?
Here.
Coming soon is
polos.
Pillows. So
pillows.
So people can sleep on you, Sean.
Yes.
Who
do you want to sleep on you?
Nigga trainer.
Oh boy.
Sean, is your Sean, and the website is, which is now live, is it's pronounced Chinese or Japanese, but it's Shawnese.com. I'm trying to look at my shirt here. Sean, I can read upside down. SEANESE.com.
That's right. Shawneese, S-H-E.
Shawneese.com.
SEANESE.com.
Awesome. And so we'll share that as well. And listeners can and viewers if they go to Shawneese.com and they enter their email address, they can get 10% off.
That's right. Yep. So if they put their email address in, they'll get 10% off at checkout, and it comes up with a code, and they can put that code in and get 10% off their order. Awesome.
So awesome news and show is Sean, is this is your Shawneese.com business with shirts and hats and pillows and all this awesome stuff with your own language? Is it? Are we going to see any of that in season 3? Or well, I guess we can't talk about that. So, but
I'm going to say yes, but I'm not going to say it.
We never know what's going to be edited out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can say yes, and it might be edited out, or it might be in. So listeners will just have to tune in to Born This Way on A&E on season 3 to find out if they get to see you as you kind of the beginning of that story of you starting this next chapter with Shawneese.com that I'm wearing. And I don't know if I'm going to try to turn around on my chair. Listeners can see the back of.
Well, the back of your chair's covering it, so.
Yeah, maybe now. Can you see it now?
There you go. Now we can see it.
Yeah,
that's what faith can do.
Yeah, so that's what. So that's one of the shorts, and I think Sean, your mom posted a video of you wearing one of the shorts, but with it being pink. Is it with these shorts and bags and I guess with the shorts are they? Do they come in different colors or just black or just pink?
Actually, dude, yes, it is a couple of colors.
There's lots of colors.
Lots of
options.
Lots of good, awesome. So as we know, and we're gonna have on, we're actually probably the episode before people hear this, or maybe depending on when they hear this. Well, it'll be before this episode is posted, but then before it's a weird science fiction thing of when people will listen. But we're gonna have on next is with Megan and her mom Chris, and with Megan's business Mugology with her tie-dyed shirts and tie-dyed stuff. And so did Megan with her Mugology business inspire you to start this Shawneese.com?
Actually, first I loved her, and yes, I like her business.
Yeah.
So she did inspire your idea to do shirts and hats?
Yep.
It wasn't that LeVar Ball that inspired you. It wasn't LeVar Ball that inspired you.
Mom, don't look at me.
So, Sandra, did you want to comment on that, or did you, Sandra, talk with Megan's mom, Chris, about this?
I learned about how their business worked and the things that we wanted to do differently, so we would actually be able to sleep and not be working around the clock like they do when they get lots of orders, which they don't mind. And so we're because it's Sean's things, and we're not making the shirts themselves or coloring the shirts themselves. We're just Sean's designing the designs, but another company is putting the screen printing on them. And I did learn quite a bit from how their business works.
Neat. So, and for listeners who I'm sure listeners can see both of you wearing your Shawneese shirt. Well, it's if the camera was down, that they could see you guys wearing.
Let's see first.
See if my arms are long enough. See, I'm wearing I Speak Shawneese.
Okay. Awesome. And then Sean, you're wearing
that.
And then Sean's your shirt says
this.
Ladies love my beard.
Awesome. And then the one that I'm wearing is
it could happen.
It could happen. And then on the back
if that's what Faith can do. There's 8 or 9 designs on the website right now, and
is it 2 designs?
There's a lot more coming.
Neat. So do all the shorts have 2 different designs on the front and back?
They're all front only. The front and back ones we just have for Sean's presentations.
Oh, okay, neat. So that makes it a lot easier. We have some Special Chronicles shirts with our mission statement on the back, and then our Special Chronicles logo on the front. I'm out of stock now, but I'm trying to get some more printed. It's Shawnees.com, and so what Sean, what inspired you to you probably touched on this with talking about Megan, but what inspired you to even create this your own language, Shawnees.com, and turn it into a business?
I don't know.
Well, when Sean, he basically told me in January, Mom, my speech is boring. You know, he's been giving us speaking for quite a while. He goes, my speech is boring. I need a new speech. And he goes, and I want to talk about, you know, my dreams and that they can happen. That's where it could happen came from. And that when they do happen, that's what Faith can do. And so we sat down at the computer, created the PowerPoint, plugged in the pictures. And when it was all done, he goes, now we need shirts and hats and bags.
That's called boob lightning.
He called it boob lightning. And which is why there's lightning in his logo. So apparently there's a guy named, I think it's LeVar Ball. He has 3 sons who are really big basketball players, and Sean saw him say it called t-shirts boob lightning on a YouTube video. So that's where that came from.
Neat. So on it's Shawnees.com. Is there any again, our guest today on the Special Chronicles show is Sean and his mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E network with season 3, airing on May 16th. And if you guys want to purchase your own T-shirt, your own Shawnees or bag, or if you want to sleep on Sean, I mean that could kind of, people might take that a long way, hopefully, but I don't know, maybe.
Well, the pillows won't be up for another week or 2, but
okay. So you guys have another week that you guys will just have to wait to have your chance to be able to sleep on top of Sean with his new pillowcases coming soon. But any social, I can't talk today, social media plugs that you want to share with the listeners and viewers of how they can watch Born This Way, and then again how they can purchase one of your Shawnees shirts or hats or bags.
So what's your fan page?
Sean from Born This Way.
So fan page on Facebook is Sean from Born This Way.
And I want more fans than Beaver and Bruno Mars. I want more fans of that.
And Instagram is Sean from Born This Way with an underscore in between each word. And Twitter is Purpose2 with a number 2, Inspire.
And then Purpose.
And then Shawnees.com.
Yep.
Awesome. Shawnees.com.
That's it, right?
Neat. And on our Instagram story at Special C Podcast, I did tag Sean. I tagged you and tagged you, Sandra. So
thank you.
I'll make sure to put all those links up on specialchronicles.com for episode 244. I think that's the right number. I think that's what I said at the top of the program. And so before we come to a close, I want to briefly mention, if you guys want to share your feedback about anything that Sean and his mom Sandra talked about on the program, you can email us anytime, feedback@specialchronicles.com. That's feedback@specialchronicles.com. Also, send us an audio file. or you can join the conversation on social media at Special Chronicles on Facebook, And I know that our likes have been, our followers on there have been growing, at least this week. So, and then at Special C Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And you can give us your 5-star ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or wherever you find out podcasts. You can follow me at Podmandan, PODMANDAN at Podmandan on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and SpecialChronicles.com, as well as you all know that. Well, at least if you listen to us right now, then you probably know that. At least we hope that you will know that. And so, any final thoughts? Or I hope, any final thoughts that Sean, you or Sandra, you want to talk about on your overall time here today on Special Chronicles?
Actually, anyone I do know, I want more fans, like more than Justin Bieber and Bruno Mars. Please help me out with that, please.
He's working on it.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking him.
Yeah. I'll work on that, Sean.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having us on today. We so appreciate it.
Yeah. Tons of fun talking with you, and I'm sure. I'm sure our listeners are looking forward to season 3. They got a little bit of that first look, at least some behind the scenes, and so we'll see what else our listeners can look forward to as they tune into season 3, and maybe even with some of the stuff that you talked about that you guys want to happen in season 4. If you guys get picked up, then I'm sure that we. Hopefully you guys get picked up as well for season 4. Is it on? I know a lot of TV shows are on Netflix and I think Hulu and other streaming. Is it going this way on Amazon? And
if you have Amazon Prime, you don't have to pay for it.
Okay, yeah, my sister has Amazon Prime, so yeah. So in addition to the it's what AETV.com and on the
AETN.
Yeah. AT. And.
So
on their
AE and then TN like TV network.
Oh, okay. AETN.com and then on their app. In addition to streaming there as well as on TV, it's only streaming on Amazon, not on.
Well, and I don't know if it's on Amazon right away or if it's at the end of the season. I know season 1 and 2 are on Amazon.
Okay, and then on iTunes or on Netflix, or is the show? Do you know if the show's streaming on those?
I know it's on iTunes, but I don't know if it's right away. It's not on Netflix. And the day after it airs, so like next Wednesday, so Tuesday night it's on TV. Wednesday, they usually show it on their Facebook page, the A&E Facebook page.
The entire episode? Or?
Usually. I don't know if they're doing it this time or not, but the last 2 seasons they did.
Okay.
Right on Facebook.
And then... Okay, and then also the next day, so next Wednesday, it will be on the app, right, on the A&E.
Yes.
And by people watching, if people watch it on the, like, in addition to watching it live, but if people are either busy or whatever, and they watch it on demand on either the website or on the A&E TV app, does that also help with the ratings?
Okay, so the way it works, if you DVR it, for example, if you watch it within 2 or 3 days, it does count as a rating. After that, it does not count as a rating. It doesn't. It's just like, thanks for recording us. So when people save them up and power watch them, it doesn't do anything for the ratings.
Okay, so they would have to watch it live or within by the next Wednesday, by the Wednesday or Thursday the next.
No, actually within just within 2 or 3 days. Yeah.
Oh, just 2. So it will air on next Tuesday, and then by next Wednesday and Thursday they have to watch it.
Right.
On demand.
Right.
And we have to count for the ratings. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully, is the ratings going up now? I mean, you guys got picked up.
We'll see next week. We'll see next week. Our ratings in season 2 were not going up, but I think it was more because everybody was DVRing it and watching it past the 3 days. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was why, because I know Sean picked up a ton of fans in season 2 that weren't there in season 1.
Yeah.
But it doesn't accumulate anywhere
Yeah.
after that point. So
Neat. So we'll share this and hopefully people, now that they hear you, Sean, on this, we've been talking on the program for now an hour and 29 minutes. So hopefully when people hear and see you on this program, they will want to make sure that they put it down on their calendars to tune in next week and see the new premieres. So
it's
so
an audio show, Sean. You got to talk.
Audio, yeah. So yeah, because otherwise it's dead air. So so hopefully we can have Sean, you and you and Sandra on again to either talk about more things in the book about you, Sean, or any other topics, any other inclusion or any other topic that, Sean, that you want to talk about. You guys are always welcome to come back on this show anytime. So I'd like to thank you. Our guests today have been Sean and Mom Sandra McElwee from the Emmy-winning docuseries Born This Way, airing on the A&E Network next May 16th, 2017. Check your local listings, I'll say, to find out when it's going to air, right? And if you guys want to win a copy of an autographed copy of this book that's all about Sean, then you guys can share the link to this podcast, like and share it, and then you'll be entered to win between now and May 16th, and we will give away a copy. So I'd like to thank you and Sean and Mom Sandra for taking the time to come on the Special Chronicles show, and hopefully we can meet up in person someday soon.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Awesome. Whoops. Until next time, take care and God bless.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I'm going to stop the video. The audio. Okay. And so that was an hour and 30 minutes. So exactly an hour and a half. I'm going to stop the video.